Here is a beautiful question. Somebody is asking, in the West, the current biggest crime is identity theft. So your advice would be, go ahead and take it. Be very clear. I say that your identity doesn't exist. How can I say take it? As far as the society concerned, the identity is used to play the game. So naturally, whatever is in the society, you have to follow the social rule. Be very clear, I am not politician. I am not giving you social rules. I am not here to define or criticize or comment about laws. I am giving you completely spiritual freedom. So my words are supposed to be understood in the level of spirituality, and that flavor will express itself in your life. Please grant me total and complete self-realization. I am tired of this unending pursuit of realization. Be very clear. If you are tired, then you are in right place. You are in right place. All I am asking you is just be unclutched. You don't even have to do, you see, you don't even have to do something to get unclutched. You are already unclutched. Constantly you are thinking you are connected. Just relax from that or understand it is a lie. Nothing else is necessary. Nothing else is necessary. And I don't even have to grant you complete realization. If I can grant, then any day I can take it away. Be very clear. Granted by somebody, always there is a danger. He may take it away. He may take it back. So self-realization can neither be granted by somebody, nor it can be given by somebody. He can share the path through which he experienced. There is every chance the fire you can catch the fire. The transmission of lamp can happen. Now, if you are really tired, just relax. You are in right place. Your definition of morality was very interesting. Can you please repeat it? It would be great if you could talk more or expand on it. See, morality means where you are completely alive, vibrating, and by your very nature you are not interested in disturbing others. You are not interested in touching anybody. When you understand your identity is a pure lie, you will never think of about identity theft, stealing the identity of others. You will never bother about stealing the identity of others. You can give it to me. According to me, when you don't have that constant irritation which you are carrying in you, you will be moral. You will have that ultimate morality. The one and only way to achieve morality is do something to drop the constant irritation which you are carrying in you. The constant irritating mood. Do anything you can see in your life from morning till night. You are constantly burning inside. You are carrying something like a fire inside. You are just waiting some reason to jump on people. You are almost, the anger is overflowing. It is in the brim level. You are just waiting. That constant irritation, if it can be dropped, be very clear, you will have that ultimate morality. According to me, morality means being completely in tune with the identity which you are carrying within you. I am not bothered about the identity which you are showing to the outer world. Everybody knows that is a pure lie. That all of you know. I don't have to teach. But the second thing is important. The identity which you are carrying inside, that is also a lie. That is what I wanted to emphasize throughout this 2-day workshop. I want you to understand the identity or the idea which you are carrying within you is a pure lie, pure myth. You can neither develop nor work on that. Just relax from it. Suddenly you will see something else is happening in your inner space. All I am trying to do is to help you not to waste your energy in the wrong direction. When talking about enlightenment, are you talking about the state of omnipresent self-realization? Omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, whatever other omnis you want to put, all those omnis put together. I am talking about all those omnis put together. I am talking only about that self-realization. I am not talking about small yes. I am talking about capital letter yes. Any other doubt you have? About which self-realization I am talking? Nirvana, Atmajnana, Brahmajnana, Mukti, Kaivalya, Videga Kaivalya, and I think these are the few words, only few words I know. So be very clear, I am talking only about that enlightenment. And in enlightenment, there is no variety. No variety. It's not like a pizza. You can have. According to me, enlightenment is only one. I don't know any other variety of enlightenment is available. At least in India we don't have. There is only one enlightenment. I am talking about that only. See, sometimes I don't use that big words like Atmajnana, Brahmajnana and all those things. But people are afraid of those words. Constantly people are asking me again and again, Swamiji, should I become sannyasi? Should I renounce everything to achieve enlightenment? I tell them, you don't have to renounce what you have, just renounce what you don't have. There is no need to renounce what you have. Whatever you have it. Just renounce what you don't have. The one important thing which you don't have means the shaft. The shaft you don't have. But constantly you are creating the shafts. Just renounce that. That's enough. Live with whatever you have. One more thing. As on now, if there are 10,000 flowers, you just pick up some 10 flower and make a garland, and you start identifying yourself with the 10 flower, and you give power and attention only to the 10 flower. If you stop giving power to the 10 flower, the whole heap, 10,000 flowers will have energy. There is a possibility of all your thoughts becoming reality. All your thoughts will have tremendous power and strength. I am talking about an important thing. In Tantra they say, to achieve the state of Bhairava means enlightenment, two ways. Either you have to make all your dreams into reality, or you should understand all your reality is nothing but the dream. If you make all your dreams into reality, suddenly you will realize all the reality is nothing but your dream. If you do the first step, second step will happen. If you do the second step, first will happen. Both are directly connected. If you realize the reality, what you think as reality is nothing but a dream, all your dreams will be realized. If you realize all your dreams, all the reality will become nothing but a dream. As on now, you just pick up few flowers and create a shaft and give power to that. Give your attention to that. You think you are only that. You are identifying only with that. That is why all suffering. If you stop identifying with that selected thoughts, you have a big selective amnesia problem. If you stop identifying with that selected thoughts, suddenly you will see all your thoughts get the power. Your whole being, whatever is happening in you, is having the same attention and energy. First thing, you will be able to realize all your thoughts into reality. Be very clear, it is a very simple, powerful method to make your dreams into reality. Whatever dreams you have about future or life, if you can relax, if you can unclutch, you will see suddenly a new kind of energy flowing through the thoughts. Even to achieve what you want, unclutching is the ultimate technique. That's a powerful technique, even to achieve what you want, whatever you want. Let it be very clear, the unclutching is the ultimate technique which can give you everything. Emotions override rationality and even understanding to form shaft. How do you deal with it? One thing, now understand the shaft is a lie. Once you understand, even if you create a shaft, what is there? Even when you create a shaft and suffer, remember, whenever you can remember, yes, even this idea that I am creating shaft is a one more shaft. The shaft which I created 10 years ago, the shaft which I created 9 years ago, the shaft which I created yesterday, they are not connected. Connecting all these shafts is a one more shaft. That's all. Connecting all these shafts is a one more shaft. Let you be very clear, even connecting and creating these shafts is a one more shaft. This understanding, when it goes to the deeper level, that itself is enough. You don't have to think that emotions override rationality and even understanding to form shaft. These are all, again, you are trying to create some practice. Do not try to create any practice. When you remember this moment, that shaft is a lie, now don't create shaft. Don't bother about next moment. The big problem is, you wanted an assurance, now itself you will not create shaft once for all in your future. You can't have that assurance. When you want to have the assurance, I will not create shaft, I should achieve a state where I will never create shaft anymore, Swamiji. You can't do that. Let you be very clear. When you want to achieve that state, you create problems. When you try to, you see, when you don't create shaft, you feel some relaxation, inner healing. You will see, if you are tortured by your mind, if you are suffering with your mind, this truth will give you such a inner healing, relaxation. Now you will become greedy about this joy. Now you will become greedy about this joy. You are afraid any moment you may forget this truth. And you will start getting caught with the shaft again. So now you wanted an assurance. Swamiji, tell us some way that we should always remember and not to create the shaft. When you are trying to create that assurance, be very clear, you are creating one more shaft. The moment you decide this is joy and you want this to be permanently with you, what you have done? You have started creating one more shaft. Then you are in trouble. Whether it is joy or pain, the moment you create shaft, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. He is asking, how do you deal with it? You don't have to deal. Why should you deal? Just if the shaft is there, then you can deal with it. Here, there is no shaft. Then why should you deal? All you have to do is, you are constantly telling a lie to yourself that there is a shaft. And you are doing everything to yourself to believe that there is a shaft.